So I believe we're really on the edge of doing something amazing about homelessness here in London, Ontario. And I've been following the issue for a lot of years, since 2004 when I was working as a nurse at London Community Health Centre. And I've seen some years of improvement, but more recently I've seen years of things going quite obviously backwards. And that's related to all sorts of factors that are bigger than our city, yet our city is finally stepping up to do something very specific and I think very incredible to help us solve this problem. And of course, you'll always have naysayers whenever you have new ideas, new funding. There's people who are going to say, oh, we shouldn't spend it here, or we should do this other thing. I think the whole of community response is absolutely unprecedented, not just in London, but actually in our country, to have every sector and every segment of the population come together to have a common vision and a common plan for ending homelessness is truly amazing. And I think it's going to be foundational. And I think that because it's a great plan, and the associated encampments plan as well. And what's great about this plan is that it recognizes that there's urgent crisis, and so we need to do something about folks to keep them safe in the moment, to keep them healthy in the moment. And that's through the things like the encampment plan is kind of not just chasing people out of parks, but supporting them where they are, so that we can find them when we have supports and housing available for them, for example. And then the hubs as well, having those spread out through the community so people can access them wherever they are, and reduce the scale of them so that they're easier to manage. But then also having a permanent supportive housing as part of the strategy. And so it recognizes that there are crises, and we're going to help people in that moment, and we need permanent solutions, which is housing. And for many of the folks looking for that housing, it's a little bit of support or a lot of support to keep them in that housing. And so I love that this strategy is comprehensive in both the immediate need and the long-term need, and I think that's going to be a game changer. And a $25 million anonymous donation really makes that possible, because the challenge when you're working year over year to government funding is you just need that money to keep providing the service that you're already providing. And if there's new need or transition or improvement, there isn't often that extra money to make that happen. And so this donation to spur this whole of community response into action is incredible. It's game changing. And I think actually that what we're doing in London, I think it's going to demonstrate across the country to how you can actually address this, although we can't fundamentally alter the housing system and other services like jails and child welfare that all feed into homelessness. I think we can show that as a community we can respond to it, and that there are good ways that we can respond. And I think this is going to be very successful. And I think the community needs to definitely rally behind this. We need to address the concerns of the naysayers, but we need to keep moving forward with this strategy. We need other folks to contribute to the change fund, our portion of that, and I think we need to just make this happen. We need to support the encampment strategy, we need to support the hubs, and we need to support the permanent supportive housing. And so I hope that Londoners can be excited about this. It's been really bad in terms of homelessness, and we've seen it and we've felt it, and we know folks who are having this experience. And so I understand, why people may feel skeptical or frustrated, but we now have a plan and we have funding to make that plan happen. So I really hope we can rally behind this as a whole community. It's a whole community response that's come up with the plan. It's an incredible donation that's allowed us to spur it forward. We've got a very clear ask into other orders of government as to the reality of the funding that we need to make housing happen and to make supports happen in that housing. And so we need to all get behind this plan and support it and support council in making it happen.